Tonight, we speak to local independent Kooyong politician Oliver Yates. What he told us will surprise you. Hats off, HWPS students will not have to wear hats outside until September. Also, HWPS's Japanese department organises a new sister school. New dog on leash rules introduced by the Boroondara Council for Smart Street Reserve. And Italy remembers Leonardo Da Vinci 500 years after his death. This is HMV Local News with Leonardo Puglisi. Good evening. We begin with an exclusive chat to Kooyong Independent Oliver Yates. HMV met him outside a Woolworths in queue as he was handing out flyers for the upcoming federal election. In his own words, his policies include banning long-haul live exports, a controversial topic over the last year. He also mentioned establishing a local committee for Kooyong, and many are on board with that idea, and he also talked about adding more local bike paths. Oliver Yates was first spotted at February's Glen Ferry Fest, and since then he has gained publicity. He told HMV on Saturday his Liberal opponent Josh Frydenberg spent over $1 million in advertising in just this area. Starting from May 1, HWPS students do not have to wear hats outside. For more information on this, let's go live to Nick Toffignia at Hawthorn West Primary School. Nick, what can you tell us about this?
Well, I can tell you that hats like these are now not needed for lunch and recess play, as well as sports and assembly. However, some say that hats should be worn all year round, as yes, the UV danger is less, but it can still get cold in the middle of the year. Back to you.
Alright, thank you very much, Nick Toffignia at Hawthorn West Primary School there. And a reminder, those new rules are in place from May 1, and hats will return sometime in September as usual. In good news for HWPS, HMV can reveal the Japanese department has set up a sister school in Japan. Nagata Elementary School, located just outside Tokyo, will be writing letters in English to Hawthorn West Primary School, and Hawthorn West Primary School students will write back in Japanese. The Boroondara Council introduced new dog off-leash rules at Smart Street Reserve. That's still to come in HMV Local News. Also, see just how much Clive Palmer spent on advertising for the election, and find out Australia's most trusted brands. Across the Hawthorn district and its surrounding areas, you're watching HMV, your local station. Clive Palmer's United Australia Party has spent at least $60 million on advertising for this federal election. As well as ads on television, the UAP has had many text messages sent to voters. There were also plenty of billboards, although it seems this one in Sydney had the meaning changed with lines like "Put us last" and "Make Australia eat bananas." The Boroondara Council has introduced new dog off-leash rules at West Hawthorn Smart Street Reserve, only allowing dogs to be off-leash between 6:30 p.m. and 7 a.m. This has left some dog owners unhappy, with some saying their dogs' freedom has been restricted. The Australian Reader's Digest has released its top 20 most trusted brands in Australia list. Dettol leads the way, followed by Band-Aid, Vegemite and Qantas, then Bunnings at number 10, Cadbury at 13, and Mortein and Dulux rounding out the top 20. On Thursday, it was exactly 500 years since Leonardo Da Vinci's death. Da Vinci was responsible for many famous art pieces such as the Mona Lisa. Events in Italy marking this historic event will not occur until May 9, a week later. And if you haven't figured out already, he is who I was named after, so let's hope we can get rid of all this DiCaprio nonsense. Coming up next in sport, highlights from the Hawthorn Citz Glen Iris North match and the first week of inter-school winter sports for HWPS. Come down to the Camberwell Market every Sunday for great buys and cheap products, antiques and collectibles every Sunday in Camberwell. Welcome back in sport now. The Hawthorn Citz have lost to Glen Iris North in a close match in the YJFL League last Sunday. The Citz under-9s kicked their first goal for the season, but a strong finish helped the Gladiators win at Glenferrie Oval. Time to check inter-school sport results for HWPS now. And for the mixed AFL 61-20 Hawthorn West Primary School win, mixed softball 7-2 Hawthorn West win, mixed soccer 2-3 Glenferrie win, mixed netball 18-3 Hawthorn West win. For the girls, softball 2-14 HWPS win, girls soccer 1-7 HWPS win, girls netball A 4-32 HWPS win, and girls netball B 15-0 Glenferrie Primary win. Weather's next, plus a recap of our top stories. Women in Base, an HMV News special presentation. Coming soon to HMV. Across the Hawthorn district and its surrounding areas, you're watching HMV, your local station. Welcome back, so let's check your local 3-day forecast now. Finally, let's recap our top stories here on HMV Local News. And Hawthorn West Primary School students no longer have to wear hats outside until September. HWPS's Japanese department has announced a new sister school just outside of Tokyo. And May 2nd marked 500 years since Leonardo Da Vinci's death. And that's HMV Local News for this Sunday evening. Thanks very much for tuning in. On behalf of the Tango, I'm Leonardo Puglisi. Good night.